Yeah, this is me. My name is Agino Afisino, commonly known as Pascal Morris, from the west coast of Africa. Liberia is my home. So I just want to give this shock to the whole wide world to know that we are still alive. Yeah, I'm a Liberian from the west coast. I'm gonna do you a song called Telling You the Facts, you know. I'm telling you the facts, I'm telling you the truth. Just telling you the facts, all the facts in your face. I'm telling you the facts, just telling you the truth. Just telling you the facts, all the facts in your face.
I was 11 years old when the war then entered in my hometown. It was on May 19, 1990. When the MPFL rebels entered my hometown, they conscripted every young man from age 9 upwards who were led at war fronts, and in the exchange of combat we lost most of our friends. At my age then, I never thought that things were weird. I thought it was just all about fun.
I felt at the time the war that was coming, you know, my relative hand wasn't in it, and I felt that my people were going to be innocent from it. And, you know, I was not thinking that they brought an ethnic war, but only to my greatest surprise, after 3 years in Sierra Leone, when I came back to Liberia, my family were attacked and killed, only because of the ethnic background crime. My parents were killed, my family were killed out with a chicken, like you killing goat, like cow. So it puzzled me, it made me vex. To the extent I said, but then why? That men holding gun, I think I can do the same, to hold gun and resist against those people who killed my family, which I did.
I was 9 years of age, what encouraged me of the revolution to make me to join child soldier activity. My late uncle, my mom, big brother. So I coming up, I see the revolution, I decided to follow my friends. The first arm I received, UZ. I smoke weed, because weed made me to get sense, weed made me to get knowledge, and weed made me to control myself.
What motivated Charles Taylor, in your opinion? Why did he do what he did?
Well, what motivated him?
Yeah.
There was no good reason for he really brought the war. Other people were using to bring war into Liberia, and he accepted that, to bring war on his people.
The Liberians in America got together, went to Washington, talked to Congress, asked them that they want Mr. Taylor to lead this rebel troop into Liberia, presented himself as freedom fighter, and his goal was to come, fight, and turn the government back into civilian rule, and turn the government back to the Liberian people. When he saw the resources of the country at that time, he proclaimed himself president. That made the Americans to break away from him because he breached the contract.
They enter a village, open the stomach of pregnant woman. Can you imagine?
And what happened to the people who were captured, usually?
Those people who were captured, because at the time we never had place for prisoner of war. You understand? So they went to where they're supposed to be. From 1998, when I came to Ghana, 2002, I was still not certified, seriously. I told my mommy, I said, I have to go back to Liberia to see what beyond the child settlement. Which prompted me to leave from Budibron camp with over 600 and some men to go in the Ivory Coast, to train those people and leave to go to Liberia.
During Taylor administration, I was working in the port. I was getting paid, I was getting food. But what made me to come to exile during the last war, 2000, when we were in descendant forces coming. Descendant forces.
It was the day here I came from the front, that day. And this was the day. This was the day. And this was the time that I drove his troop. My troop and I were rejoicing. Because at the time he had a ship under the sea that was bringing his supply. And we told him that the ship wouldn't dock. Because definitely if the ship was going to dock, and he get the supply, maybe the war was going to escalate for 2-3 more years.
Are you satisfied with the process that's happening now at The Hague? Are you satisfied
with Charles Taylor?
with the trial? Are you
Yeah,
satisfied
I'm certified.
with the way it's going?
Yes, I'm certified the way it's going. Every man should bear his own punishment.
No way. No, no, no. No, no, no. No way. No way.
It happened in the Liberian society. If they know that you are former child soldier, your family will neglect you. Come to Camp Bushburan today, you see that most of the former child soldiers find themselves in the ghettos from in the morning to in the night. The community trying to open their arms to some of us, but like before, they disassociated themselves with us. They never wanted to see us. We were not counted before them. Even in my own house today, that's why you see, presently, I have reasons, so many reasons I can go back home.
Let's stop harassing, stop the killing. I see you fighting over barrels. I see you fighting.
Junior Sosa Jamaica Prince was formed in 2003, April 13th. They were formed by me, and I formed a crew to bring people together to try to get unity and love. Yeah, to forget the past, what happened in our country. Yeah, you got some people here, they lost their parents, they lost their sisters, they lost their brothers. And so when we sit together every day to discuss about the past, I would tell my brother, nigga, you gotta forget about the past. Now you gotta focus ahead of you. So G-Unit is now a bar crew, it's now a hijacking crew, it's now a robbing crew, it's now a violent crew. It's a crew of understanding, love and unity. We sit here every day, we together, we got love of one another. Sometimes we play game, we go on a camp, around the camp, we play. That's why G-Unit for. G-Unit not for fighting or violent. We finish with that. We don't die in the past 15 years. So right now we change, everybody is clean. Everybody want to get something for the future, for tomorrow. That what brought G-Unit together. I think you understand me, alright? Yeah. I got my nigga here, because the Fiso, he fought before in the past, but he played that shit low. And I'm gonna say too, I did it before, and I play it low too. Because we all won't be someone good. I can work for you, you can work for me. They make it work for me, I can work for him. No fighting, no cheating. It's just understanding with me. Yeah. You got the Bible, so we gotta get peace and love. Yeah.
Stop the fighting and stop the fighting till you fighting and over barrels. I see the fighting till it
Il diritto alla salute è un diritto riconosciuto da tutte le organizzazioni internazionali ed è uno dei diritti di base riconosciuti a tutte le popolazioni. Come salute in questo caso si deve dare un'accezione abbastanza ampia, quindi si va dalla disponibilità di acqua e di quale qualità di acqua parliamo, bisogna vedere, cibo, educazione sanitaria, stato delle abitazioni, trattamento e smaltimento di rifiuti. Sostanzialmente gli elementi di base sono questi. A chi dovrebbe competere o a chi compete il mantenimento e la sorveglianza sulle condizioni igieniche o non compete a nessuno?
The NCS, the National Cali Secretariat, they are responsible in collaboration with the Liberian Refugee Welfare Council Sanitation Department. According to them, the United Nations High Commission for Refugees funds some of these programs, but it is not done on time. The toilets, the dislodging of the toilet, the overdue, and sometimes because the track trucks are not many, so sometimes the garbage can will get full and it start overflowing, it start wasting all on the ground, and people will be stepping on the children without slippers, and so will go there and contract some disease. No one has a right to audit them, because they do anything they want to do at any time, especially even for us sanitation officers who work in the zone. We don't even know how that money has been spent or been used. It is not, they don't even consult us, they will just do it because the way they want to do it, they do it that way. We have people taking bath and wasting their bath water on the street, around a community. People toilet in a plastic bag and throw it out to other people's houses. Sometimes they throw it over the zinc, and when it rains, the people collect water from that same zinc and they cook with it, and some of them drink it. Also, we serving as sanitation heads in the zone also has a responsibility also to monitor these things. But the authority is not giving us the chance to do that, because this bill of loading from where they purchase this water from, they should bring it to the sanitation officer to know whether this water comes from somewhere good for the people to use. But rather, everybody does their own thing, because I don't know where that comes from.
I think with the situation you have described before, there are going to be in this zone of the camp a number of sicknesses.
Really, right now we have malaria, and babies, mothers, fathers, old, young, they are dying from malaria right now. And we also have typhoid because of the rats, the environment. I think in a year time, in every zone, let's say, it's like half of the population of each zone experience that chloride issue, whether serious or not. Half the population of the zone. Yeah. Where when people get sick from chloride, they go to the pharmacy and buy their own drugs.
Buy?
They buy their own drugs. Refugees.
You said the word buy.
Yeah. Refugees buy their own drugs. If you want to go to the hospital will not treat you until you pay, because they tell you that UN has withdrawn all their assistance from the hospital. So you must pay for whatsoever sickness or that is engulfing you before you die. Before they even treat you, even when you not have the money, you lay down there and die, because nobody will even turn to you.
I can walk fast, I can run, I can kneel down at this, I can kneel down. You see the bullet? There is the bullet. I would not like to express my feeling among other people why it's hurting me. If I express my feeling to you, you must know that it's hurting me. Right now, I see that I get mother at me. I don't know my mom, where she is. I don't know my entire family where they are in Liberia. So how will I go back to Liberia and how will I start from? But for us sitting and losing my human feeling, it's hurting me.
A partire da quest'anno i finanziamenti dell'ospedale sono stati ridotti dei 2/3, molto probabilmente per incentivare le persone a rientrare in Liberia. Del resto presso il campo abbiamo visto una pubblicità dell'ONU che invita la gente a rientrare. Adesso in Liberia la situazione politica è cambiata, c'è un governo democraticamente eletto, il governo sembra che abbia messo tra i primi punti del suo programma quello del favorire il rientro delle decine di migliaia, forse centinaia di migliaia di profughi che sono raccolti in diversi campi che sono in Ghana e in altri paesi, e quindi si pensa che un metodo sia anche quello di negare praticamente l'assistenza sanitaria gratuita, perché il problema è quello, a pagamento si può avere quasi tutto, in modo che la gente si risolva a tornare nel proprio paese pensando che magari di incontrare delle situazioni migliori.
I like to talk it because it's very painful, and when I think about it, I want to cry. I just keep on taking back. My father ran, my mother ran, and I alone left. And they put the gun to my neck. I am a lady said that if they rape us that time, Liberia, I ain't able to go there because in Liberia I suffer too much.
To eliminate bad friends, I want to be with myself.
Really, I wouldn't like to talk about myself much, but I'll talk about women in general, what we face here. Ladies between the ages of 13 and 17. They are into so many immoral attitudes that sometimes people misjudge them. They don't go to them, call them, ask them what made them to do what they do. Some time ago I asked one girl, she used to come to me, be with me sometimes. how old she was. She said she was 17. How many boyfriends she had? She said she have had a countless number. She couldn't mention how many. They'll have sex. The next one, they'll have sex. Continuous. So as whether she aware that there is AIDS on the car, she say yes. Now she feel bad. She can be embarrassed. Nobody is willing to help you. And she still wants to go to school. She wants to learn. So she have no other option but do what she does. So you really ask yourself, that then what are the older people, what is the government, what is the UNHCR doing here? When they see the young girls working on the show, all they know that the Liberian children are bad children, they like men, they like to do prostitution, but they don't really ask themselves what is causing them to do that.
The behavioral factors I've seen in some of them are argumentative, some of them are power conscious, and some of them are still willing to learn. So I think what we can do as an organization is to try to motivate them, put together motivational mechanism to send them to school, to encourage them to go to the counseling classes, to encourage them to participate in the spiritual aspect of the organization. And I think by that means we'll be giving them the foundation on which they themselves, with the willpower, can build.
We live in here, we consist of different warring factions from Liberia, and 40,000 refugees living on this camp. Just estimate that we have about 25,000 warring faction fighters, which are the child soldiers and war-affected people. I was 9 years old when I started holding arm in my hand. I first served at the gate. You understand, where I was a child soldier. When a car is coming, approaching the gate, I have to go forward and say, "Oh, advance to be recognized." Then you identify yourself. If you don't, I shoot, because that is the general order I was dealing with. You understand?
The veteran child soldier, they need to know that God loved them. And there is no sin that they have committed that God cannot forgive if they listen to the word of God and repent.
Don't want to go traumatized more and more. We want to release our mind and reunite. But if the support is not coming, we are hungry. We don't have medical, we don't have education, no shelter, no water. Tell me what a man living in a war and don't have no support from nowhere, no food to eat, what is he going to do again? He might pick up the gun or go back to Liberia and fight again, because he know nothing. All he know is the gun.
To disarm people mentally involves a lot of psychological issues. If I should come up and map some people up, see the need of some people that need to be talked to, we can address that in a very basic way, having trauma workshops or having one-on-one trauma counseling with them. But on a larger scale, because I am just doing in a developmental stage, but we will need people who are highly educated, people who are highly trained in the area, as I said, clinical psychologists, to come here and be able to do some assessment. The former child soldiers have lost self-value to some extent, and it is important that people value themselves, to know their value.
Questa situazione provoca poi, voglio dire, una degenerazione a livello personale e a livello sociale, no? Perché uno stato di bisogno così grave, così diffuso, così estremo, fa sì poi alla fine che quelli che vengono portati avanti dalle persone sono quasi esclusivamente i bisogni individuali. Non c'è nessun, o se no noi non abbiamo percepito uno spirito d'appartenenza, di essere gruppo, di essere categoria.
two groups of Liberians that were ID card by UN, that have the UN ID card. They sometimes have a bit of chance to go to the only training school I'm talking about. But if you don't have an ID card, you can get UN scholarship. In fact, you can have other opportunity from UN here, like if you say for UN to carry to hospital, you can be part of it. You know, there are people who can, after UN issue their ID card, and because we don't have ID card, we can go to free school, and we don't even have food to eat.
Why can't they issue more ID cards?
They said because we didn't meet the time they were giving the ID card, so they don't have time to go back again. The ID card only being issued one time to those that were on ground here. But the thousands of Liberians that came at last as refugees are not being receiving ID card. Therefore, we don't have a part of the UN benefit that on this again. Those that have ID card, they are resettled in European countries as well as in America. And not all. After the resettlement was going on, and they said we have an elected government, the President Elisedi Johnson announced that Liberians should go back home, which many Liberians call the greatest mistake that the president had ever made in her life. It would have been good for the president to say, okay, Liberians have an elected government, but the country is torn apart. Therefore, I am appealing to a country that really want to resettle Liberians. They should continue the process, and those Liberians who are qualified educationally to come and join the government to lead our people. But she mistakenly called upon all Liberians. How do you go home without having a skill? What are you going to do?
Whatever we do here with the former child soldier goes a long way in helping them to be reintegrated. If you take their economic status, they need to be empowered so that they can make their own money. They need to be taught about peace and reconciliation.
In South Africa, for example, they had a Truth and Reconciliation Commission. Do you think that something like that could be useful in Liberia?
Greatly.
Has the new president started anything like that, or already talked about it?
They only did physical disarmament in Liberia, but it's not moral disarmament.
If you put an ex-general in the security, you have also armed a rebel who also want to kill someone that offended him in the past. So you just be creating more threat. So if the government will train a new army, it should be an army non-fractional. It should be an army balance. Tribal balance should be within that army. Then that will give some of us security who cannot go back to be able to go back.
Making music all the way from
people know me commonly as Gaddafi, so it's my name. I'm proud of my name, and I'm proud to tell you, say, I'm a child soldier. Up to now, my mother don't see me. Up to now, my father don't see me. But I pray for them every day. I know they are living in the Liberia. People bring message for me, and I give people messages. So I always pray for them to see them, and they go up and me to see them.
Please don't let us die in Ghana. Please, begging you. Thank you.